My next guest says that successful startups are the key to economic growth. Carl Schramm is the chief executive of the Kauffman Foundation, an internationally recognized authority on entrepreneurship and job creation. Carl Schramm, welcome to Taking Stock. Did the president build that bridge to the business community today?
Well, it certainly was a start. Now we're in the middle of a week-long, and I think the week is now going to slough over to 2 weeks, of opening a dialogue to business. The part of business I most care about, of course, is young business, the startup businesses, and the businesses that will become scale growth new companies. And a week ago, the president brought together a couple of folks at the White House and several secretaries, I shouldn't say a couple of folks, probably 40 or 50 people, to announce Startup America. And this is a program focused specifically on understanding the assets of the United States in terms of those entrepreneurs. And this is a really big start for us, I think, because I think in the last 2 years, the importance of new entrepreneurial firms has been greatly overlooked in public policy.
Carl Schramm, can you give us some of the challenges that new businesses, particularly startups, face, and how the government's role could make it easier for them?
Well, the most important thing is that we have to have certainty in terms of what government policy is. We have to have a growing economy in general, and the importance of new firms to that growth is critical. Tim, one of the things that many economists don't appreciate is that all new net jobs created in the United States come from firms that are less than 5 years old. So I think in a sense what we're watching is a very important shift in the government of understanding that while it pays a huge amount of attention to big firms, it's really the small firms that are the ones that are going to create jobs.
So what should the government be doing? I mean, should there be more of an emphasis on some kind of coordination between, let's say, university research and startups, or should there be changes to tax policy?
Well, there certainly should be changes to tax policy, it seems to me, policy. And I think much of the regulation that descends on small businesses, it has to be examined very, very carefully. We regulate brand new businesses as if they've been around for 50 years and they have 100,000 employees. One of the things I think is really important is that with new businesses where all these new jobs are being created, in many circumstances they should be relieved from a lot of the labor legislation and so forth until they get to be on their feet. They have 25 employees, they're 2 or 3 years old, they're making certain amounts of money. We have to relax and encourage a lot of these new businesses to come forward. And I think we're beginning to take steps in that direction. There's been a lot of chatter in Washington the last few days about regulatory reform. If this is real, this will benefit both small and big businesses.
Should there be a reduction in the Social Security pay-in, the FICA pay-in that is now mandated on all companies, or should it be something even more specific, let's say a tax holiday for new businesses?
Well, a tax holiday, at least as regards the unemployment taxes, I think is never a bad idea when we're in really thick going with a bad economy. My own view is it's not very clear that we have a very solid economy yet, so that certainly has to be one of the options on the table. And it's hard in policy to deviate between small businesses and big businesses in terms of reducing payroll taxes and whatnot. But it does seem to me a logical exercise to say, as regards certain amounts of the payroll taxes, even perhaps the Social Security tax, for example, there actually ought to be a period of grace for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, depending on the firm and its capacity to create new jobs.
All right, I want to thank you very much. Carl Schramm coming to us from the Kauffman Foundation, speaking about entrepreneurism and startups.